The women's movement was accelerated in the 70s, with female empowerment becoming the natural thing to see in fashion magazines, with Vogue describing its reader in 1972 as the modern liberated woman. In 1974, we saw the first woman of colour on the cover of American Vogue, Beverly Johnson. This is arguably one of the most important dates in fashion magazine history for models of ethnic minority. Over more recent years, fashion magazines have been more accepting and inclusive of taboo topics, or of models who are traditionally not accepted in the fashion industry and are stereotypically seen as not beautiful. Tess Holliday became the biggest model to sign for a mainstream model agency in the October edition of this year. Holliday became Cosmopolitan's first plus-size model to be wearing underwear on a cover, therefore challenging representations that to be beautiful you must be skinny. This also raises so much awareness for body positivity, especially in young women, as this is who Cosmopolitan is aimed at. In 2016, Ashley Graham was the first plus-size model to star in the swimwear issue of Sports Illustrated, and in 2017, the first plus-size model on a cover of American Vogue. However, she is sharing this cover with other size 0 models. This was Vogue's first attempt to be more aware of social issues, but it evidently did not make a huge statement. This is reinforced by Graham placing her hand on her thigh, suggesting that she is trying to cover her body, although her online appearance and stance contradict this, as she is a huge activist for body positivity, especially for young plus-size girls. All of these covers featuring plus-size models have only begun appearing over the past few years, representing the recent change in the fashion magazine industry, with the growing acceptance of all body types. In February 2018, South Africa Cosmopolitan featured their first transgender model on the cover, Laverne Fox. It's both black and transgender, which supports Bell Hook's idea of intersectionality, as we can see 2 representations that challenge issues faced by people of colour and transgender. Valentino Sampio also made fashion history in 2017 as the first transgender model on the cover of any edition of Vogue, appearing on the front of the flagship Vogue Paris March issue. Andrei Payich was the first cross-dressing male model to grace an Elle magazine cover in 2013 and has gone on to do many more covers, raising the awareness and support of cross-dressers. We can also see how independent fashion magazines have become more apparent in the industry, arguably the most recognisable being paper magazines, with it having some cover going global. One of the first covers of an independent magazine to go viral would be Paper's Kim Kardashian cover in 2014. It created the trending hashtag #BreakTheInternet, which had a huge global influence. This is a great example of how the rise of more independent, culturally sophisticated content can affect the mainstream. This part of my research will be helpful to my production, as I want to include ideas that could potentially have a global influence for my independent fashion magazine.